And we're back live Wednesday night, open talk. Shout out to everyone, all the gente that's tapping in on this Wednesday night. Shout out to the raza. Shout out to all the Chicanos, Latinos, my Indias, mis indios, my indigenous folk, not just gente of color también. Shout out to everyone. Estados Unicenses, los güeros, and doesn't matter what culture you're from. Just be from some pinche culture, ¿verdad? This is open live. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link if anyone wants to join on it. It's Wednesday night. I got some really good feedback from the other live, and you guys must like this studio. Maybe you like the studio. Maybe it's los colores, or it's some, or maybe it's my neon sign a la chingada. It's something. So I'm going to go ahead and put the link out there. And then, of course, we're going to do a live reaction. And the live reaction is going to be from the last video that OG Triple OG put. So I got that one queued up. We'll react to it. Because on everything that the way said, oh, he didn't say that about your boy Mikey, but we'll watch it. We'll watch it and then we'll give a live reaction. Why? Because it merits it. It's newsworthy, right? And we'll talk about other shit too. Let me go ahead and drop the link. I appreciate you guys for tapping. And you know what? Let me go through the formalities. I almost forgot the formalities. All the day oneers that have been rocking with me from the Salinas report to where it's at now. We're live. We're Chicano Tube. You know what I mean? It's just reaching a broader audience, gente. You know what I mean? So before I cut out of this earth, you know what I mean? Sail off into the sunset like Pinchy Carlitos way, but I'm going to get on the boat. Okay, I'm going to get on the boat. I'm not going to try it again. I'm going to get on that boat and sail away. I'm going to bring YouTube with me, though. Fuck with me. Rock with me. I'm gonna bring YouTube with me when I do. I'm gonna achieve something. Orale OG, triple OG, who I got a video queued up right now. We're gonna get into it. Just unos momentitos. Si permites, si permites. That's right. Let me go ahead and go over to or just drop the link. Drop the link. Maybe someone wants to kick back. Okay. Started what right now, 9 o'clock. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Leo M, Gilbert, Chapo, Fum, San Ho, Leo, they're giving roll call in the comment section. That's right, man. It's a community. You got I don't know why you guys ain't dropping like each other's IG links and of course YouTube channels. See, here I'm all about promoting people. See, I got that mentality, you first, me last. And I'll tell you why. This is something mi mama, rest in peace, me enseñó. No one will be ever be able to take it of my corazón is serve other people. And then that's how the blessing works. So anyone that has a YouTube channel, last time we had a panel of 7, most of them had YouTube channels. I was telling them, drop it. Let's grow the channel, grow the voice. You already know what Chicano Tube is about, and it's going to get bigger than just me and one person. And Chicano Tube is just Mikey. It's going to be that, you know what? Chicano Tube is the fucking YouTube channel that anyone that says they're representing raza, oh, no. You're not certified yet. Because if you're on Chicano Tube, then you'd be verified. So if you pass Chicano Tube, you get the little blue check mark. You get the blue check mark next to your name. That way, you don't got to worry about being certified. Sas. Shout out to Rhodium Radio. I was tapping into that live right now. And Pocho One that was on there. Man, they're going in on the pinchy comments. It's crazy. Is it just the geographic location? Is that what it is? If it's the geographic location, it's crazy, man. That's crazy. Or is it the person, the persona? Then that's just then the people's opinions are gonna reign and people are gonna say, well, what they're gonna say, you know what I mean? And I'm here, freedom of speech, a la chingada. You already know. Freedom, oh yeah, let freedom reign. Freedom of speech. Say what you want. You know what I mean? That's right. Is Jerry in the casa? That's right, man. And Jerry bangs. He got the pinchy the avatar with the Raider. He's already banging on him. Raider. Jimmy G, and he okay, it was they won the game. I'm not saying anything. The Raiders won the game, but the highlights were only sacks. The highlights were only sacks. So if it was only sacks in the highlights, okay, it wasn't that many. There was no highlights. There was just sacks. So Maybe it was a defensive game. Jimmy G was able to complete what he needed to complete, keep moving the ball down the field, and he did what he did. All the big teams won. Dallas, Frisco, Raiders. Pretty soon I always do this around football season. I'm gonna drop the meme in the community page. That's why you gotta subscribe in the community page, and the one that says "fuck it, talk shit about football," or you know which one I'm talking about. Who knows which one I'm talking about? The one that says "fuck it, go at it on football." All we got is 6 months. Go full 60. Just a la chingada. Randy Jeans in the casa. There's another YouTube channel right there. Everyone, do me a favor. Go to Miss Randy Jeans channel and subscribe over there. It's a vibe. You know what I mean? She got the lights going on, music going on. I don't tap in too much. It's just a hardly anything because I swear I live on my laptop. I live on my pinchy laptop. And people that know, you know what I mean, that take work with them, laptop on the go, you have to pull over on the side of the road and like I was today, pull over side of the road, got something over here going on in South County and something in Los Baños. Man, you already know what it is. I'm already digressing. That's right. From 209, he said 1977 girl. Okay, that's before that, 4 years before me, cabrón. 4 years before me. 81. I'm a Capricorn, gente, 81. I'm born January. I'm born on the 14th, right in the middle of La Agua, the rain. But that's my weather. That's my weather. We're going to bring up a video right now. We got a good reaction. And anyone else wants to react with it, I'll drop the link if you want to tap in. There's the link, but I got to take it away from the comment section so you can't see it. I got a video queued up. Mira. What video? What do we have here? This was an interesting one. I want to give a shout out to Triple OG, who runs the YouTube Yarda. Okay, that means if you want to get a pass on YouTube, you need to check in. If you haven't checked in already, and if it gets revoked, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So let's go ahead and play this because I know people are like shitting on him. You're shitting on him. Shit. Do I have a personal thing against him? Fuck, no. I got to speak just straight from my heart. He ain't taking no bacon off my table. He ain't taking nothing. This plática, okay, is nothing to, when I see you and this and that and this and that. First off, that wouldn't be a good situation. It just wouldn't. If you just went from the shoulders, hands, and nothing else, okay? And then especially now when people record everything, that's going to be the low light of your life. But anyways, we're not taking it there. Again, it's just because something rubs me. What it is everything this individual is doing as far as the positive helping. This is what I'm referring to. The positive helping. I was doing that before I got on YouTube. Now, I'm not shitting on him. I said that to say this. There's a higher standard that you have to hold yourself to when you're out there in the community. Yes, I'm still in the community, my community I grew up with, and I feel him because he is too. There's a higher pinchy standard that you have to hold it, and I don't believe that he's held up to it. Now, let's go ahead and hear it from what he has to say, and then we'll pause it.
Is a pepper spray story true? A lot of talk on YouTube and no video. Listen, homie, let me tell you what that is, carnal. What it is like this.
Okay, hold on. So let me go ahead and give the backstory on here. He's talking about the pepper spray story. So he's talking about shout out to Sonny, Streets Ain't Loyal. This, I guess he's saying it. I'm not saying any names. He's saying it. Okay, let's just get that straight for the record. Okay, even when me and Sonny did a video, we didn't say no pinchy names. So forget about that. Okay, he ain't trying to do the man's work. Anyway, everyone could do their own work. But he's talking about a situation where they're out in public and he felt that the need riled up to handle, I guess, what he calls his business. What I take into question is when he says Sonny's lying. Answer me this specifically. Name facts. No jibber jabber. Don't give me no fluff. Don't fucking string this along with other words and phrases and make it longer than it needs to be. Straight to the point. What part of what Sonny said was a lie? It's easy to say making up fairy tales. Answer me that. What part, what Sonny said, was a lie? All right, let's go back to the video. Again, I'm dropping the link in case anyone wants to tap in.
This, homie. You got big mouths that want to call people chumps. They want to say they're gonna.
Wait. Hold on. Let me take my drink first. Let me take my drink. And then, did you catch that? I know Triple OG caught that. He caught it. That's a señal right there. Boom. Did you catch that? He said, first of all, there's chumps on YouTube. The individual did a video. He called it Chumps Will Be Chumps. Shortly after it was made and uploaded, it disappeared. Why upload something and delete it and get rid of it later? I'm just saying, I'm going to open up this dialogue or conversation. I believe two individuals can hash it out and don't have to be pinchy mortal enemies the rest of their fucking lives. When they see each other, it's on sight. Come on, y'all. We got to grow up. There's a difference between growing up and growing older. Know that difference. Sas. A lot of people just grow older. That means they keep repeating the same shit. Tienen las mismas mañas. They do the same shit. Nothing's changed. Same shit pisses them off. Same shit triggers them. Keep doing the same foolery and fuckery that gets them, either behind bars or it's just doing the same shit. That's growing older. And when you grow up is when you avoid that shit. You're like, you know what? Fuck all this. Keep your energy. I'd rather have my peace. You know what I mean? Now, don't get it twisted. Again, I'm the wrong one. And I'm not claiming, get major hands or nothing. I'm the wrong one. I really do got that gene inside of me like Sonny. I got that gene inside of me that says, fuck it. Let's go all the way when it comes to just handling business. I got that. But now it's just more in self-defense mode for my family. So just like Deion Sanders' bodyguard the other day that had the shirt, just like Deion Sanders. Did you see that one that went viral that Adam Schefter posted? The one that went viral that Adam Schefter posted, it said, fuck around and find out. Esas son pocas palabras. But why does it even have to come to that? Anyways, he said, it's funny, he said chumps. He did a video and he called it chumps.
Gonna slap people that want to say, want to put these hands on them, that want to call you a chomo, that want to do all kind of paperwork. If you talking that kind of shit, when you see somebody, you better be ready to back that shit up. And
okay, first of all, let me know in the comment section. Can you hear it? I want to make sure I'm not having technical difficulties. Can someone just say I can hear it? Can you hear it? When you have these kind of studios, I'm telling you, it's just the pinches alambres that everything is organized and braided and stuff like that. Just, can you hear it? Give me a thumbs up if someone can hear it. And while I go in the comment section, Brenda Love's in the casa. That's right. One of the original Chicano Tube ladies. I appreciate you, amiga. Jess, AKA Little Bean. I'm going to be seeing you real soon. If you don't know, ask Pops. Go talk to Pops because we scheduled this like last month. I'm also going to take advantage and I'm going to go see a tia that I haven't seen in Modesto. The last time I saw her was last June when she came, of course, to my mom's funeral. And so I got family out there. So it's going to be a good day. That's right. I can hear. Okay, perfect. So we'll get back to it. Okay. So he said chumps. And then now he's talking about these big mouths that run their mouth. Man, hold on, man. Jeez, Lou, your neighborhood councilman. Gente. Your neighborhood councilman. These big mouths that run their mouths. And guess how he wants to settle it? Like this. He wants to settle it with these. Allegedly. I'll say allegedly. Let's see what the neighborhood councilman has to say. Come on, give us some concilio. He's sitting up there on that pinchy bench. There's 8 of them, 10 of them. The people are behind the podium, and we want to talk to him. And here is him addressing the people of the council. Let's see what the all-wise councilman has to say.
Then don't run like a little bitch and then say you're too old. I'm too old to fight. And then you.
Oh, so wait a second. there's some strong insinuations about getting into it with people. How old? I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to Sonny. I already talked to Sonny. So if you want to go see what Sonny had to say, what did I title it? The pepper spray queen. No. Oh no, that was a clip. What happened will shock you, something like that. Go and hear what Sonny had to say, because I gave him the floor. And I on that video, I even pulled out some pink pepper spray that the executive producer, the wifey, came and showed me, because I bought 2 of them. It was puras pinches carcajeadas, but again, talking some serious shit the way we were talking it. That means not making any statements or anything like that. G Sierra, I appreciate you, amiga. How are you? God bless you, amigas. We got a couple weeks left in the summer. I hope your summer's going great. Here comes the fall. People are pulling out the brown colors, the fall colors. We're going to get ready for Dia de Muertos. That's going to be great, man. You already know that we're going to bring something cultural here, Dia de Muertos. We've been known to historically, so just hold on. We're going to go ahead and put the Dia de Muertos altar up right here and see if we have a special guest. Or maybe we'll just do an open live, right? All right, let's get back to the reaction. I'm also going to drop the link. I think StreamYard can handle people on the live and the reaction. I think it can.
To make up a story trying to portray somebody else doing some punk shit when everybody knows you a punk, homie. Come on, carnal. That's
okay. So sitting up there at the city council, you got 8-10 people, and then someone comes up, boom, 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 they're talking to you, and they're saying you're a punk, carnal, making up stories. Is that becoming, or is that unbecoming? Someone let me know. Is that becoming, or is that unbecoming? Well, they got into it. Well, this and that. Well, this and that. Really? Something that was done on a video moves your world, rocks your whole fucking foundation, can crack it and smash it. You might as well be gullible for any fucking comment. One of those kind of people that just blow with the wind. The fucking wind blows them. 1 minute they feel like this. The next minute they read a comment and they feel like that. 1 minute they feel like this, and then something with a like or a heart makes them go like that. That's what it sounds like to me. This is all fair play, gente. Before you think, oh, I'm just shitting on AC. I mean, because I got a lot of love for people, especially down in SoCal. They know that. But one of the pillars of the channel is what's right is right. All I want to know is you're saying Sonny lied. Lied about what? Can you say that without saying punk, homie, and this, homie, and that? Can you say, what did he lie about? Don't say, you don't have to say his name. What specifically was it? Let me know and let the people know. So here he is. He's calling them punks and chumps. Let's keep it going. And you know what? Shout out to OG, Triple OG. If you haven't already subscribed over to the channel, do yourself a favor. There's the avatar. Be on the lookout. There's these haters, imitators. They hate us because they ain't us. Look at that avatar. It needs to be that avatar. And those llaves. Is it 2 llaves? Yeah, it's 2 llaves. And especially that hit his button, the avatar, and look at when he created his channel is what I'm saying. Because someone will snatch it and mimic it, and they just created the channel yesterday. So just be on the lookout for that. Let's go back to your neighborhood city councilman. Let's see what kind of clecha he has.
That's what it is, homie. That's exactly what it is. I don't gotta hide the fact, homie. Like I said, fools like that, talk like that, even the lames that made videos after that are all
okay. The lames that made videos after that. But he's gonna say a couple things after he says this, right? Because let me just tell you, it's all fair play. It's all fair play. Are you a public figure or not? Are you trying to rack up numbers, or you're not trying to rack up numbers? I put myself in your shoes. I'm not here for numbers. I'm not here for the money. It just really don't matter to me. The next day the channel can close down, boom, and I'm probably just walking by the sea, retiring, and life is good. And I hope I make as many memories as I can before I look up and push up daisies. And I hope you guys do too. So it ain't money, it ain't views, it ain't likes, it ain't none of that shit. But what he's talking about specifically, he's talking about like it's not like people shouldn't be talking about it and making content about it. Didn't you want 100,000 followers? I mean, that was one thing you said, and then that number, and then all of a sudden you threw something. Oh, wait a second. I meant to cross all platforms. So don't forget my TikTok. And then I have to add my Facebook, and then I add my Twitter, or now X. And that's how we made the 100K on a live. And I said, okay, that's cool. Again, I'm not shit. I agree with about 90% of the views this individual has, maybe even more than 90%. I got to keep it real and speak straight from the heart. Maybe I believe even more than 90% of the views that he believes. But you know when someone has a complex. You know when someone got a chip on their shoulder, a complex. I've been around them. I did a video. It was called YA Mentality. YA Mentality. The first time I ran into that was in the county, and it was the youngster. And for some reason, however they broke down the tables that you had to eat, okay, those tables were for the homies. Those tables are for them. However they broke it down, his very first day room, and this was a wing. So that means it was kind of like a dorm, and I didn't even last not even a week or 2 weeks, and they snatched me up and put me in the pods. But anyways, this was a wing right next to the main line. The very first day room that he had, someone sat next to him, and the youngster nomás le dio una pinche cachetada. Pa! He slapped another homeboy. Pa! For some reason, the other homie was not even out of bounds. This is what I'm saying. When the OA, there's an OA, people that know, I'm not going into all that. That's members only shit. The OA, when he had to shoot a kite about it, he found out, oh, this youngster just came from YA. YA, where they just say you got something to prove. But I've never, in a couple of years, and I follow this individual. I follow the channel. There's a lot of great content on this guy's channel. Don't think there's not. Again, over 90% of the views I align with. But I never seen one video of anybody saying, oh, yeah, I was right there side by side next to you. He was getting it in. No. I mean, I know more than a lot of people get out and claim they were the man, but no one knows because, again, you're with other people from different regions and other barrios and cities and regions, and they parole back to where they parole, and you parole back to where you parole, and those things just remain stories. So, again, here we go. I'm talking too much.
In their circle, those are the same guys that can't go to the handball tournaments. Those are the same guys that can't hang around with homies their age because nobody likes them anymore because they do.
Wait, slow down. Okay, so he's targeting certain individuals. I'm gonna run that back a little bit.
Because nobody likes them anymore because they do can't hang around with homies their age because those after that are all in their circle. Those are the same guys that can't go to the handball tournaments. Those are the same.
Okay, so he's talking about guys that can't go to the handball tournaments. That means, okay, people that just can't go in public. I get it. You get it. You got 2 cents. I got smart subscribers over here. You get it. So people that can't be in public for whatever the reason, they just can't be in public. Okay, I get that. And again, I'm going to go through these. He says 4 or 5 things just to see. I said, he ain't shooting at your boy, Mikey. He ain't shooting at Mikey. Let me see. So that's a no. That box is unchecked.
Same guys that can't hang around with homies their age because nobody likes them anymore because they.
Okay, so that box stays unchecked. Can't hang around with homies their own age. Okay.
Do dirty ass movidas on me.
Okay, so because of people that do dirty ass movidas. Okay, so he's talking certain individuals. For one, he's talking about the runner. I'll tell you that right off the fucking top. Hit that like, gente. He's talking about the runner. Why? Because I was driving home. Okay, I'm gonna finish off this reaction. I was driving home, and then or maybe I'll just talk about it now. I was driving home on that Friday when that individual, he's talking about the runner, read the paperwork, and I understand. They read that paperwork. It's putting anyone whose name is on that paperwork in danger because the paperwork said lewd. That's a word. It said, did it also say under 14? I'm not sure. It makes me sick. I don't even want to fucking say that. It makes me sick to my stomach. But anyways, he read that paperwork and he knew it was wrong. And then that night when that happened on that Friday, which was I'll tell you how I know. The fucking runner sent me a text message that same night. The runner sent me a text message the same night he read the paperwork and fucking ended his whole career or whatever's left of it. You know what's funny about that pinche pendejo is that his bio says, not a prison channel. Yet every other video is about yarda and remove. Man, I swear, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Some of us didn't go to school. I went as far as middle school and then I got my GED. When I went to my junior or senior year, I had 17 credits. Crazy. 17 credits. So I couldn't catch up, but thank God at least I got my GED. Anyways, what was I looking for? Or the date. Okay, let me look for the runner. The runner's text. He thinks I don't got it. And then he straight lied through his fucking teeth. That we're boys, we're texting back and forth about what? When? The last time I text you was when one of my partners, he got killed in High Desert. I just did the 90s party line. It was Friday, Saturday in the morning. My best man, my buddy, he knows who he is. Shout out to Ray Chicano. He passed the info. He sent me some pictures at my buddy's parents' house, and they had an altar with candles lit and all the pictures of him and paños that he had either bought or made and all kinds of books and his material. And he was saying, rest in peace. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? It was June 2nd, Friday. So here's what he said. I'm putting this out there right now. Because he was saying, oh, we're cool. We're this and all the time. And I don't know. And I don't know. No, you owe me 10 G's. So with me, it's not personal. With me, it's 10 G's. It's only business. We had a signed contract. Everyone else, to each his own, while they're going in on you. Probably because you're a pendejo. But to me, it's 10 G's. Anyways, he said, I got a job that has me out of state for a couple months, carnal. I'll be stepping away from YouTube for a while. He's saying this because the world is fucking burning all around him. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. All right. I'll go through his reaction and then probably see if anyone wants to tap in. I got 2 pistos, you guys. I'm halfway through one. He's lying. He's lying. He's telling me he's going to step away from YouTube for a couple months. Same thing that other pendejo did too, Dubs. Well, I got an opportunity for one. I'm digressing now, but I'm just talking my shit. It's open live, gente. It's open live. This you might call cheeseman too. So I apologize in advance to all my other folks that are looking for something substantial. We talk about topics. We talk about anything that really pertains to me and you. I just had a great individual, a master of Chicano studies. So we do talk about those kind of pertinent issues. Of course, we got the elections next year. We're going to be talking about these fucking fake ass lockdowns, and they want you to fucking wear 8 mascaras again. We're going to be talking about all that shit, all these motherfuckers smashing and grabbing things. 9/11 just passed. We might get into that. This is an open live though. I need to address this video. Maybe I'm just talking too much. Maybe I'm just talking to us. That's right. Marvelous is in the casa. East Los is in the house. I appreciate you, my brother from another mother. ¿Cómo estás, cabrón? Really quick, Marvelous. I'm going to throw something out there. I had a guest, and you don't not have to answer me for nothing. You can get at me on IG. I just want to put this out there so the gente know. I had a guest, the one I was telling you about Chicano Studies, Wayward Son, and he was saying that the lineage comes from the mother. Something about mitochondrial DNA is only passed by the mother, and that's really what is going to be the makeup of it. Again, we know there's chromosomes and chromosomes, but he was saying the lineage comes from the mother, and I thought that was interesting. I did a short clip about it. I'd love to have you on the channel, carnal. I just want to send mines to you, and if you were local, cabrón, you'd be doing all my cover-ups. Look at all the bro. I'm chingo. I just started a cover up. I'm on the 4th visit. Wait, If you were local Marvelous, I would have already been right there with you. 4 sessions. Wait, 4 sessions. Some script, right? It's really what I wanted to cover was these letters, you guys. These letters right here. You know, it says robber and it says murderer. So really, those are the reasons that I'm just gonna end up going out like Skip and just blacking everything out. But I appreciate you, Marvelous. I don't know if you tapped into that one. It's an interview I did on Wednesday. It's Wayward Son is his name, and a very, very knowledgeable individual. Here we're talking about Este Way. So AC, let me finish this off so I can move on. Okay. He's talking about pendejos and he's punking people and he's sitting in his city councilman, 8, 10 chairs. The people are coming up and giving them, sus quejas, and this is how he talks to them.
So that's what it is, carnal.
All right, that's a wrap right there. I'm gonna remove that from the studio. All right, I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna drop the link. If anyone wants to get on the live right now, is the time. Okay. If anyone wants to get in there, and we'll keep talking about it. Anyways, that's who we was talking about. Yeah, he definitely did platinum cookies. I don't know. I missed the AC Lopez. I appreciate you. AC Lopez Jr. That's right, my boy. That's right. That's right. Denise Castillo's in the casa. I appreciate you, amiga. Tap in, AC Lopez. Speak your mind. Yeah, you can tap in. Isn't that phone number on the banner? The phone number is on the banner. We could talk about it now. We could talk about anything because we don't shy away from anything. We're gonna hit everything head on. Head on. That's right, Cultura Cafe. I appreciate you. X-rated 559. Let's keep it moving, man. Let's keep it moving. We already got to the formalities. That's right. I appreciate you. Smokey the Local Bears in the casa. How are you, my boy?
Good, bro. How you doing?
Good. Anything I said, you got an opinion on, cabron?
Yeah. So, there's a lot of individuals that get in these positions of, I would say, leadership or representation of the community or certain individuals, and they tend to forget that they are a representation of the community. And the things that you say and do online or how you present yourself is also a representation of yourself, but also people are going to look at you like, so he's a councilman, but he's representing us, but yet he's out here in podcast YouTube land acting like he's super trollo still, you know what I mean, and not spinning a positive narrative,
Yeah. I spoke my mind on a video, and it was last year, and the reason I took it down was just for the sake of getting past always trying to go at each other's throats, because that's all I saw growing up. That's all I saw. We grew up in Northern California, right? So people that grew up in Northern California, just like people that grew up in Southern California, right? All they saw was blue. There's a neighborhood on every street, and they all got down with each other. And it's a very same thing, except the color's red up here. The belts were red and everything. So I fought more of my friends than I ever fought anyone else. So again, a good judge of character, but when someone is on the fence, again, you don't imagine me, cabron. I'm going to the juvenile hall. I'm going to the camp and shit like that. Next thing you know, the youngsters see me with a black eye, or I come out on the newspaper article and say, you know what, it went down over here with the whoop. How does that come off?
Yeah, exactly. Like you're trying to go in and do something positive and guide this next generation. You're not doing the same things as the previous generations, giving them a positive outlook and show them that there's something better than what they're doing. But then soon as you leave those doors, you're out there acting a fool, doing this, doing that. You know what I mean? It's like you're playing both sides of the fence. You can't do that.
Smokey, let me ask you this then. Have you ever heard of a man pepper spraying another man?
No.
Stop.
No. And that right there is that's childish. You know what I mean? Like you're sitting there, you're pepper spraying another man, but yet you talk a good one for the whole world to hear, but yet you want to pepper spray somebody. You know what I mean? Handle that shit like a man. You know what I mean? You don't need pepper spray. You don't need to sit there and it's
That's
like
right.
just assaulting somebody. Like, you know what I mean? You're pepper spraying them. You're blinding them. They're defenseless.
That's
You know what
right.
I mean?
I want to give a shout out to C Dog, who's on the panel, and then we got AC Lopez Jr. Brother, God bless you. I send mine to you. I send mine to your family. How are you, AC Lopez? Let me know.
Hey, Mikey.
I can hear you loud and clear, Carnal. Let us know.
All right, so check this out. Like a couple of months ago, I sent you a text message. You said, "Hey, support the Raza," and then everything fell apart. I'm not coming out here to judge nobody. I'm coming on to say, like, you know what? I love the way you change your platform. And I don't comment much, and I don't get on a lot of lives. What's up, Smokey? What's up, Sea Dog? I don't do that no more. But
I think there's a real quick AC. I think there's a TV in the background. Everyone's just hearing the TV. There's no way you can.
Spencer, let me
That's really the drill. That's all
Real
you
quick.
clear.
Dirt's off.
It sounds like Lifetime TV or QVC.
No,
Go
no,
ahead,
boy,
my brother.
Spencer.
Go
Hey,
ahead,
the
my
only thing,
brother.
the only reason I said, hey, let me tap in is like, look, I appreciate your channel. You've evolved. I don't hold nothing against you. I was a little bit right of what I said a couple months ago, even when you told me to support Raza. But sometimes supporting Raza doesn't benefit Raza.
Say it,
But
brother. Say it.
I do want to tell you, you've evolved your platform to a place where, like, you know what? You're gonna get your dues, bro. You're gonna get better, and I appreciate everything you guys do, or you do, especially when you go out to the children's environments that are incarcerated and preach what you preach. So, thank you for doing that, and I just want to tell you, like, I didn't come in here like to disrespect. I just came here to say, you know what? Keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Okay, got it. Because I kind of feel like you were feeling like, hey, the Raza go. Just correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm getting this vibe wrong or right. You feel like maybe the Raza, we go at each other's throats a lot. We're always shooting shots at each other, and that's something that you would like to not see, but it's something inevitable because it just it's in our DNA. Is that something I'm kind of feeling or not?
Actually, no.
Okay, I read that wrong.
I'm not going to be here and say, hey, you know what, Rasa should be united, because we've always been at war. Like, if you go back into the ancestry, the Mexica were against this and this and this and this. They had their own empires. They had their own agendas. What I tried to say right now is, like, a couple months ago, I told you, and you sent me a text. Is like, no, support the Rasa. And I was like, no, I can't support these fools. Because of what they're doing.
He calls. Yeah, he's. Lopez is telling me, I told you so, cabron.
And I'm not trying to say their names, okay? But, like, I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. But you were like, no, support the Raza.
That was probably around the time that I deleted videos. When I rebranded, I deleted videos. I said, you know what? We're not going at each other's throats and shit like that. But the people keep doing the same things. If no one calls them on it, sometimes you know what? We need to normalize getting checked by our homeboys and friends if we really respect them without falling out.
I agree.
Because a lot of times we can't be told nothing. We know, you know what that's called? It's called ego. Ego, the definition of ego is self-importance. The people that talk about, I'm this, I'm good, I'm proud, I'm righteous, look at me, I got honor. That's called ego. How much ego does one person have? Or do you have nothing and you're the opposite and you're a humble servant?
I completely agree. That's what I'm saying. And I'll say it again. I am very happy you have evolved your channel.
That's right. I appreciate you, my boy.
Okay.
I appreciate you, my boy.
And I don't comment much, and I don't get on lives no more. But I felt like you asked me, so I'm gonna get on. But, like, no, I appreciate your channel. Evolution. Keep doing what you're doing with Miss Diaz.
That's
you got
right.
a good thing going, bro.
Gotta mention Miss Diaz, huh?
You got a good thing going, and don't turn back. Keep doing what you're doing, And like I said, I didn't want to come here. Like I'm not trying to attack nobody. I just came on to say, you know what? A couple months ago, this is what you said, and I told you no. And now that we're in agreement, and when I say we're in agreement, you have to cut ties. Okay, keep doing what you got to do because your channel is growing.
That's right. I appreciate you, AC Lopez. That's right. My boy AC Dog's in the casa. He's kicking back on the hammock. You
Hey,
can't see him, but he's on the hammock.
hey,
Kill it.
check it out. Hey, you know what? What I think is like AC Lopez was saying that the gente always they like support the raza, but they trying to scam the raza. You know what I'm saying? Instead of helping our raza.
You ain't lying about that one
That
either.
that
And only
that
God
hey,
knows.
that right there, because there's a lot of individuals out there that be like, "Oh, I'm for the raza, I'm for the gente," right? But you ain't there for the gente to help the gente. You're not trying to show the people the better life. You're not trying to educate them on there's other opportunities from education to careers to jobs, stuff that can benefit them and their families to keep them off the streets. You know what I mean? Instead of telling these and glorifying these war stories
Jeez
and these prison
Louise.
stories and
What's up?
doing all that, why don't you glorify, like, hey, go to school, get a trade, get into welding, construction, learn how to fucking AutoCAD shit to do blueprints
Yeah.
for construction, get into real estate, get into something, instead of sitting there saying, oh, I'm for the betterment of the people. How are you for the betterment from the people when you're always knocking your own people down, when you always have something negative to say, when you're trying to bring the next man down.
It sounds like a catchphrase nowadays. Oh, for the people, for the. It sounds like a really
Hey,
quick
no,
catchphrase, but
and I've already said this on Plenty of My Lives. Anybody that's interested in having a career in fire, I mean wildland fire, with the U.S. Forest Service or anything like that, my email's on my YouTube. Reach out to me. I'll help you with the application process. I'll help you get you started. What you need to do, give you the rundown, and start a career and doing something that's beneficial. You get
That's
back
good,
to.
brother.
that's
Hey,
Smokey, the local
hey,
bear right there.
Smokey. Hey, Smokey. Hey,
Hey,
Smokes.
what's up?
Keep doing what you're doing, bro. I tap in all the time. I may not comment, but I'm on your channel. Hey, Mikey.
Talk
I
to
used
me.
to love when I was in Fort Ord because I,
Oh
I
yeah,
I
yeah.
was stationed there. I used to love going to Salinas until I got jumped, but that's a different story. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, and you know what? Chicano too, a toda madre.
That's right. AC Lopez in the casa. I appreciate you, my boy. Gracias for that. And Fort Ord, yeah, that's close
Mikey.
by. That's the sound of Chicago. Chicago Dumb's in the casa. Jerry's in the casa. 49er Ways is in the casa. I appreciate you guys. It's Wednesday night.
Hey
God bless.
Mikey, I caught the
I'm gonna crack
bug.
another beer.
I caught the bug, bro.
I
Hey,
got
You
the
did
bug.
Yeah, I got that COVID 13. Puro at 13.
Wow.
just like
That's just going around right now
first
too. Yeah.
the first lady también of the United States. Didn't she have it? And Oprah.
Yeah, that's who gave it to me.
Stop.
all right, Mikey.
Hey, for
All
sure.
right, Mikey. I'm gonna tap out.
All right,
Yeah, yeah,
So
for
keep
sure.
doing
I
what you're doing.
appreciate you. I appreciate you. I
Nah, I'm
appreciate you.
sick, bro. I'm sick, bro. I woke up with fucking eyes fucked up. I had a cough, fucking sore throat, the whole nine.
I'm just gonna keep it real, man. It was what ended up happening, and this ended up coming out. I don't know, Chicago Dumb. He disagrees with every fucking thing I say, but it ended up
You're
coming.
wrong.
it
You're
come-
wrong.
what they ended up doing was when that shit got put out there, okay, and there's a lot of theories of how it was fucking
China
put to the
virus.
masses in the public or whatever. When that shit, all of a sudden, there was about 3 million flu deaths every single year, 3 million, and all of a sudden, when March hit of 2020, there was zero. There was like less than 1,000. And all these numbers were getting used for that because they needed numbers. If someone asks you
Oh,
for a
wow.
report, paperwork, and numbers, they need numbers. The CDC needs to put something on their website. No, there's 3 million people dying from this, but no one paid attention. And no one's dying from the flu no more?
No, see that. Hey, the thing is too is when that happened too, they also use other
Come on
things.
now.
People had heart attacks or some sort of other ailment, and they contributed their death to COVID instead of the ailment they have, just to boost up the numbers. So my thing is this: how do you control a population? How do you control a population?
Fear.
But if you're
The
gonna
fear.
control a population, you would do it without
No,
telling the
I'm gonna-
population.
Keep
But
it going. I'm
listen.
gonna go get one more beer. Let me go get
but
another
listen,
piece.
Chicago Dumb. Listen.
Go
Coach
ahead.
Robert, I see you. Selena's Boxing Club is
Go
in the
ahead,
house.
Through
bro.
fear, right? And propaganda, right?
Yeah.
When you spread the word through media, social media, news outlets about an outbreak, about this COVID thing, right? You have a population of people in this country that fear everything, that fear the common cold, that fear germs, that fear bacteria. And then you get those people involved and they start hearing about COVID and this and that. We've dealt with this similar to SARS. Okay. So then you pump the population up to believe that this is a serious, serious pandemic, right? So what do? You control the population. You get them to get these vaccines. You get them to do these, and you get them to do that, right? So you
Yeah.
control the population through fear and propaganda, and that's done through the media, through the news outlets, and
I'm-
all the medical staff. You know what I
And
mean?
they also make
I'm
money
gonna
on
look
it
at-
too.
I'm gonna answer your question with a question, right? So based off what you just said, what the control is for what purpose? What's the end game? What is
Okay.
the ending of what they're trying to do? Like, what do you
So-
think?
So the end game is this: when you have when you have that population control, right, and you had so many people supposedly dying from COVID, or after they got the vaccine, they're dying, right? You know, you got to think at that time that was like towards the election and all that. You have an economy that was struggling, right? So you control this population, and you affect the economy.
Wait, hold on. I gotta stop you real quick. So during the height of Trump's tenure as president, you're saying the economy was struggling?
No, not that it was struggling. It was
How do we
struggling.
get into the economy? Wait,
Yeah,
He
no,
said it, not me.
I know, but listen, let me talk.
No, go ahead. No, but I see. I'm gonna make the point so then it doesn't get forgotten. Go ahead.
But look at so when COVID
Chicago
happened,
Dumb's
right,
drunk, man. He's drunk.
people were not going out and spending money like they were. People were not traveling. People were not going on vacation. There was a supply demand through the chains, the stores. You know, they were
Yeah.
short this, they're short on that supply and demand. The infrastructure was struggling, right? So what do? When you're in Congress, you get these bills for this money to pass this money to pass this, so we can stimulate the economy. But in fact, a lot of that money was going to other things overseas, into these other companies that have a hand in politics. These pharmaceutical companies, these companies that deal with the medicine, the doctors. Those are the ones that were getting paid during that time, not the people. People weren't working. People were out. People, you know what I mean, got laid off.
Oh yeah.
So
No,
Yeah.
I get it, but
And
see,
maybe Chicago doesn't. Okay. Chicago Dumb's anti-fucking conspiracy theory. You know that way. You don't want
nah,
to hear
bro,
that
you're
people are
supposed
trying to
to ask
control people.
questions.
People are trying to poison people. People are trying to kill people. The rich get richer. The agenda is the rich get richer, the poor get
Poor get
poorer,
poor.
and there's evil in this fucking world. But guess
Yeah.
what? I mean, hey, have faith in the Lord. When the sky cracks, you're good.
Yeah, but see, to me, see, look at Smokey,
Spinal
right?
says facts.
I
Denise
I
Castillo says
agree.
Chicago Dumb is right. Denise
I
Castillo says
agree.
Chicago Dumb is right. Spinal saying facts, but I think he's talking about Smokey's facts.
I haven't even gave my answer. See, my question is this. So you had pointed out that the reason why population control and COVID and everything was brought out was to stimulate the economy. So we put our economy in a deficit. What they say was like $3 trillion, right? The COVID bills that gave away all the, what was it, EDD and PPP. So we went into deficit to give people money, to spend money.
Okay.
That's what
Yeah,
happened.
Okay, that's
Okay.
going down the line, but let me just let me just state a fundamental fact that I think Smokey the Local Bear might agree with me, because they're pulling the same shit right now. I think this is what kicked off this whole fucking conversation, is when I was talking about lockdowns, or is the gente gonna comply or not. When this shit happened, one of the main things was to vote by mail because of the elections, and it looks like it's happening again. For the first time, you
Yes.
got a president. He's a tata. We know he's a tata. I don't hate the guy. He's just a tata. He's tripping over. For the first time, we got a president. He can't come. He can't come to the podium like the other presidents did in history. He can't even come once a week. They used to get him every fucking day. Chicago Dumb knows this. They used to get him every fucking day to give a briefing. And that's the way can't. He just can't. Now again, I'm for whoever's for the people. We don't know who all the candidates are. Someone got to echo.
Not me.
Not me.
Rudy Red Lopez says, I'm not vaccinated. I haven't got COVID.
I haven't got
on wood.
vaccinated.
I haven't got
You know,
Well, it's because
vaccinated.
you got a strong
Yeah,
immune
I'm
system.
vaccinated.
I'm gonna have to mute someone's audio. Who is this?
that's
Who's the
crazy.
Who's
I
the
don't
guy
wanna
in the
hear
middle?
myself.
Down in the middle.
Who's
I
in
don't
the
like my
middle
voice.
shot?
I don't like my own voice, so I don't want to hear myself. Chapo
Yeah,
says,
but
"What's up
that's
with the last
crazy,
one?"
bro. I
Anyways,
never got a
I
shot, homie. You know? Yeah.
I think that's happening. We just had 9/11 happen. Talk about
Yeah.
conspiracies. Maybe Smokey the Local Bear likes this one. Trump. And
Osama bin Laden.
when I say Uncle Trump, Chicago Dumb gets mad. Serio, someone. I'm gonna do it one at a time. I'm gonna mute you guys' mic. Testing.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2.
1, 2.
1, 2.
1, 2.
1, 2. It was Sea Dog. I just found this Sea Dog. You might have to log in and out, carnal. Oh yeah, you guys can unmute your own mics too. I was just doing it through the studio.
That's crazy, homie, because I didn't even.
Sea Dog. Okay, yeah, you could do that. So, do you remember this, Smokey the Local Bear, Uncle Trump, when he said the fucking steel beams on the Twin Towers are in his words, because he's a builder, were so fucking solid, made of titanium, whatever, they couldn't even be incinerated. They had to have been blown up inside.
Well, so you gotta look at the steel, okay? Steel has a melting point, right? And then
2000.
Jet A, the fuel that commercial airliners use, Jet A, burns at an extremely high temperature, right? And then you combined Jet A with the force of the impact, with kinetic energy and stuff, and then you get a little bit of a weakened structure. But where the fire happened at on those upper floors, the amount of heat and stuff that Jet A would, because it takes a long time to burn off. It's not like gas, and it burns a lot hotter. It's a lot more things. So the amount of time that it would take for Jet A to they were fresh off the airport. They were fresh. You know what I mean?
And not to mention the combustibles in the building, papers, boxes, books, fucking
and
gas
then
line.
and then you
when
got to
the
understand
plane
too.
when the plane hit, it almost looks like someone was hitting a button and each floor was going.
No, that was later.
Yeah,
That's
they showed video of it. They showed video of it.
So the
Where
thing is,
you can see in the windows. There's shit coming out because they were imploding bombs all through the floor.
It's pressure, bro. You're talking about hundreds of thousands of tons of concrete and steel collapsing from 100-story tower, right? Well, you're pushing down. You're pushing down. So where's force got to go somewhere? It's
But
not gonna go
the
up.
beams, the beams were cut in a 45-degree angle. That's what they do with demolitions. That's how.
I get it, bro. But
Uncle Trump was there, fucking ground zero. I know.
Trump
Yeah,
said
he
he
was
saw
there.
1,000 Muslims dancing in the streets from his New Jersey.
He was
penthouse.
talking about. He was talking about the current president said he was there, but obviously he had a fucking
So
brain.
you
He was
you
really
got,
in.
you got to understand
brain
too,
fart.
He wasn't
lot
even
of
there.
people-
He's been just saying shit like a fucking that's
a lot of people don't understand too. So with fire and fuel mixed in and the different available fuels in that building to burn, once you weaken the outer skeleton of a structure, you weaken the integrity. The steel beams are just the interior skeleton. So what happens is when you start to weaken the exterior structure of a building, right?
It's like rebar.
Even though you got steel in the inside, that concrete that was on the outside was also part of the reason the building stayed up. It stood strong. But once you weaken that outer layer, then the weight of that building is now forced to be on those steel beams, which were, had fuel burning in them, fire burning.
I got to confess, I've never even watched one fucking documentary, nothing like that. But what do you know about the plane and the Pentagon?
See, that one, I've seen the video on that. I've seen where it came in. It looked like they said it was a missile, the way it came in and stuff like that. But honestly, any kind of missile or anything that was fired to be that low at that direct of a hit would be kind of a hard feat to do because most missile systems for the military
Are supersonic.
are
They're
supersonic.
supersonic. You would have heard a fucking sonic boom flying across the country, across that area.
But if you look at the Pentagon and you look at the impact and you look at the burn scars, the black on it, that has all indications of aircraft strike. I've seen aircraft strike buildings before. I've seen aircraft strike grounds. You know what I mean? You know, and being in fire, you kind of understand the science of fire and how fire affects different materials, and it affects structures. It'll affect.
I just if I could find that video, I'll play it right now. And I don't even know if I can with the guests on here live and shit like that. But he was naming, because this guy's a fucking builder. Again, I'm talking about Uncle Trump. He was did you Smokey the Local Bear? Did you hear him? He even said the fucking the beam and what it was made of. This fucking vato, he and then one time he got he boasted that he got the contract to build the building right across the street from the White House. Well, so that's how I
Hey,
know
remember,
this.
Trump said he was digging up bodies at Ground Zero. He was there with the cleanup crew. That was certified. He said that he was there digging out bodies and helping the first responders and all that. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
That fool lying.
Of course he was lying.
Platinum cookies.
The spray tan is on point though. The spray
That fool's a
tan
weed
is
though,
on
Hobie.
point, man. Yeah, so hey, some people get mad, and that's why I tell them all the time. I say we grew up in the barrio, man. What do we know? What I want is someone that's for the people. Go ahead, Smokey the Bear.
I saw Platinum Cookie said no fuselage was at the Pentagon. So you got to understand that the aircraft are made of different types of metals, right? So those metals have a different melting point. So when you have a high impact with an aircraft that's full of fuel, and then you don't have the resources to get there fast enough to extinguish that fire, maybe throw some foam on it, that fuselage is going to melt. All that exterior shell is going to melt because the metal has a very, 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 it's very delicate. It has a certain point where it melts.
Let me piggyback off you, bro. With same question, what Platinum Cookies is asking, right? He's saying every plane crash, the fuselage is found. Yeah, you're right. Every plane crash that hits the ground in an open field where air and other things are able to let the fire burn out and evaporate or whatever, the gasoline that's there. You're talking about a plane that hit the Pentagon, solid concrete and steel. It's like, you ever burn something in the oven? Like, you ever see how food gets extremely burnt in the oven because the heat is so strong? You don't even know what you made. You could have put a pizza in the oven. You could have put a pizza in the oven and forgot about it. An hour later, that thing is black and charred. You couldn't tell what it is because it's inside a heat source. So when the plane hit the Pentagon, it was baking in its own juices, essentially, right? The airplane fuel, right? Smokey?
Yeah.
So, and you're talking about an airplane fuselage. People don't understand. These things are not, you can't fly a plane that's 200,000 tons. These planes are made out of the most delicate. They're structurally sound, but they're not platinum. They're not steel. I mean, they're not steel core. You know what I mean? Like they use light materials.
Yeah,
you know
they're
what I
made
mean?
like aluminums and different things like that.
Yes, exactly. You have to be able to lift off the ground.
Robert C said Trump will stop the war and get gases lower. Okay.
Hey,
here's the thing.
I'm gonna tap out real quick. I gotta handle something real quick.
Hey, wait, Smokey.
Handle business.
Tell them about thermite plasma, because half of these people don't know what they're talking about.
Thermite plasma.
Well, the only thing that can burn steel, structural steel, they're saying is thermite plasma, and steel can only melt at like 2,000 degrees, and blah 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 blah. And how they use it.
It only melts at 2,000 degrees, but it takes a certain amount of time to melt it.
Yes, you know hours. It would take hours.
But the amount of
fuel,
fuel,
the local bear,
the amount of fuel that those jets had on them, they were fully loaded with Jet A. You know what I mean?
It was loaded,
traveling faster than they should with a direct impact. You're gonna have some structural failure. You're gonna have some heat that's boiling off, fuel's cooking off. You're gonna weaken that structure.
Look at Ryan Garcia when he got shot, that kidney shot from Davis. What happened? He fucking crumbled. He crumbled. You kick an MMA fighter, kicks you in the fucking thigh or in the calf, you're gonna go down eventually. It might not be that split
Chicago
second.
Dumb is on a sick one. He's on a sick one.
That's good though.
Open. He's got a CD in front of him, Rayas, and he's on a sick one.
Hey, I studied, bro. I watched this shit all day, bro. I've been watching shit for
That's
years.
right.
All right, all right. See,
Yeah.
I said lockdowns. I'm gonna switch it now. I want to give a shout out to someone that I just came across on the Hoodstock channel. His name is Alex Enamorado. This guy is like the vigilante for street vendors out here in
That's right.
Califas. Literally, he's built like a
Respect.
coalition. It's almost like a militia where the street vendors in all the regions from Los, the
That's right.
central to the
Support.
valleys, they call him, letting them know que hay pendejos. And again, you got to put yourself in both positions, and then I'll open it up to the chat. The vendors in LA is a huge problem. They want them to be licensed, but then they don't provide them a pathway to get licensed because they don't have some kind of requirement. So that's why you see all these videos of all the hudas that pull up to the street and the street vendors that sell some fucking antojitos that are delicious. Okay, forget about it. There's no world that can exist without street vendors. There's no world that can exist without street. Pinchy sea dog hacking up a lung over there. There's no world that can exist without street vendors because the food is too good. So he ran a fade with the security guard, and this is what prompted him to return back to Hoodstocks. The way he ran the fade, he ran up to him. This pinchy security guard looked like he wanted to be fucking rock and roll hero, or I think he wanted to be a police officer, but he didn't pass the academy, so he had to end up being a security guard.
That's what it be.
And I'm not saying that that's something menospreciar. No, hey, fuck, we need people in all industries and all that. That's what makes the mundo go round. I get it, but he looked like he had a chip on his shoulder where he's going up to people, getting very, very aggressive, and the guy saying, "Run that fade, run that fade." And so, did anyone else see the interview on Hoodstocks and your thoughts on that? Are they gaslighting it? Because they make it seem like this is happening all over the world, but it's really a pocket of people. What are your thoughts on it? I want to open it up to that.
I know who he is. I've seen him on Instagram. I got him on IG, but I mean, it all started with the vendors getting attacked. And now when you bring up that subject, then it starts going in other directions, so you got to kind of be careful on the subject.
Oh, we go all kinds of directions over here. You name the direction way, because there's nothing we don't.
The vendor issue started when they said the African Americans were robbing and jumping and beating on them. Remember?
Yes,
3 years ago. That's when it started.
Yep.
Okay. Yes. But that, to me, that's an example of the media gaslighting shit to make it seem like this is happening on every fucking street corner on all 50 states of California, when it's not. It's not happening on every street corner. But again, turning race against race, that's normal. Look, the fucking elections are coming up. As soon as it gets close to next November of 2024, watch how much fucking chaos is gonna be on the news again, because it happened 4 years ago. Watch how much chaos. And I know Chicago, that he don't believe in this. You don't believe in this, but this is all set up way. They thought about this is all 4 years ago. As soon as 2020, this president got elected, they planned how they can keep the seat. This 4 years ago way. By who? He says by who? Yeah.
I'd vote for a Republican. If you give me a real Republican, I'd vote Republican on the next election.
Did I ever say I'm not even saying Republican? I'm not even saying Democrat. I'm not saying independent. I'm saying, what's crazy is you can vote for a motherfucker, and in 2 or 4 years, the next motherfucker will undo everything else.
Well, that's the presidency. That's why we vote them in and vote them out.
And primaries. But I'm not trying to, matter of fact, shout out to Karina Powers. We're at her birthday party last Sunday, right? And she holds a position of cabinet, and she's a politician and all that stuff. And she was telling me about dual citizenship. Whoever has a dual citizenship, go down to the border. Mexico, country of Mexico, for the first time, Sea Dog knows, has women that are favored on the presidential ballot.
Yes, sir. They are. They're doing that right now. Mexico. Yep. The two broads somebody's gonna be president. It's gonna be a Jaina.
Damn, the broads.
He said the two broads. This guy right here.
Well, two females,
two Jainas.
Hey, don't genderize them, bro.
I'm gonna put Jaina on one of my Chicano word of the days. Jaina, like what is
Una
that?
mugrosa, you know, say una mugrosa, you know.
Stop already.
La
I think
mugrosa.
no. You said that way. See there you go. See, I think I know. I say the word Jaina. Here's my best guess, and I'm gonna sound like maybe a tontolón when I say this. Does the word Jaina for Chicanos, does that come from like the word Your Highness?
No, it's hyena.
Yeah, you know, that's right.
Laughing and acting stupid.
Who's closer to? Do you think Pinche Chicago Dumb thinks that the Chicano word was related to an animal?
Hyenas, yeah.
I'm talking about. Do you know how? Do you know the history of the word firulais?
I don't know. I'm just fucking around, bro.
Okay, me too. I'm fucking around. I'm on my second pisto. Hold on. I'm gonna give the people the history of the word firulais for the raza right now.
Very firulais, but I need to hear that one.
That's the
Here we
Mexican
go.
dog.
That's the Mexican dog. That's the Mexican dog. Here's the history for the raza of the word firulais. Okay. I don't know if it was after the repatriation, which might have been after the Great Depression, or if it was before repatriation, which was before the Great Depression. But they used to cross from Mexico to work on the U.S. Obviously, there was that, accord, or just people were working across the border and coming back. And when the gente would come, the gente mexicana, which we of course, are indigenous mixed with Spanish, the gente mexicana would cross the border and they would have a little perrito. They would have a little perrito in their arms because who doesn't? Everyone has a little perrito. Mexicanos have perritos, right?
Chihuahua.
So Chihuahua, most of them might be Chihuahuas. I don't know, way. But so they told them at the border. Is this animal free from lice? Is this? So they kept hearing that every day crossing the border. Is this animal free from lice? And soon the raza, when they're not next to the güero who's at the toll booth, who's crossing the border, when they're amongst themselves, they made up the term firulais.
Firulais, lice. Right.
El firulais. El firulais. The people know that's, come on.
I've never heard that word before. Never.
I heard the word firulais, but I never heard the story perdido, so gracias, homie. I appreciate you.
Feed Me Too brought up another word. It makes sense. That's what I heard. I forgot her name. She's on IG, and it's she gives little breakdowns of Mexican history. Go ahead.
Hey, so was that word forbidden or what? That Feed Me Too posted?
So Feed Me Too posted tortas. Is that a word that people get mad? And I talked about that. Stereotypes. We shouldn't say tortas. We should say, at the end of the day, cálmanse, güey.
I thought this was America.
That was all content. Yeah. That was just for content purposes. But again, do people like to be disrespected? Who does?
No, of course not.
No one wants to be disrespected. So who was it? Mr. Criminal made the song. Yeah, the song was whack. I mean, are you gonna be bumping that at the red light?
No disrespect.
Is that shit hitting out of your ride at the red light?
No Chicano rap.
No disrespect, homie, but Chicano rap, homie, I don't really even mess with that.
It's just whack, bro. That's just
serious. I don't. I rather listen to some reggaeton, homie, straight up.
That's who my tattoo artist. Shout out to Bonkers Inc. That's her favorite thing. Look at this shit, man. I'm finally covering this shit. You know what she was telling me? She was telling me, damn, when I do full shading, like you're telling me to black your arms out, she goes, I pull out the fucking head on the tattoo gun that as soon as I start hitting people, because that one is vicious. She was telling me, she goes, damn, this one is vicious. She goes, usually when I start hitting them with that, they start asking for numbing cream.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, how many needles? ¿Cuántas agujas was she using?
It's usually, 8? The round shaders or the flat shader?
No way. It looked like a flat.
It's flat. It's like a comb. They're shaders. They're shader needles.
Yeah. And
they got about 8 needles. They got them round and flat.
Yeah, there's a gang of needles, homie, like 8 needles or whatever, homie. There's a little chingadera, yep.
Then this Steve says dumbass song. Jenny Selby says,
Yeah, the
Women-
man's
That's
a
right.
double-edged.
Sister Denise.
that's right.
Yeah.
Jenny Selby says, women are the voice of reason. I do believe in God's plan. It takes a man, it takes a woman. That way,
Yep.
son media naranjas, because
takes
what
one.
we are is alpha males. We want to protect. We want to provide everything we can, love on her and all that. But then the women are more tender. They feel things that we don't feel. That's what makes us complete. So that's what's up. But anyways, she hit me with that, and she was like, usually when I start hitting them with that, she goes,
They
they
want
start.
some cream. Quieren crema, they're pussies. Spencer, they're
Oh,
wussies.
no,
They're
man.
wussies.
No,
Just
stop.
drink,
No, but
bro.
well, it's because I'm blacking everything out, right? So I'm gonna go
Yeah.
2 more sessions, and then finally these letters are gone.
But the
right?
arms are not even painful, bro. Though that's the most. It's solid right there. Your arms, when it starts hurting, when you start getting head tattoos, neck tattoos on thin, where thin skin is, wherever you got thin skin. If you got meat or muscle underneath, like your arms and your legs and your back, you ain't gonna feel that. I mean, yeah, it hurts. Everything hurts, but you don't need no numbing cream. They don't need all that.
Stop. But anyway, she was saying, hey, I'll tell you where it starts tickling. It starts tickling
Wrist.
around
The wrist
the wrist
and the elbow.
break.
Yeah,
The elbow, there
you got. That's where your nerve endings are.
Yeah, nerve endings are- that's why.
Your nerve endings are on your wrist and on your on your inner elbow. That's where all your joint, your ligaments and shit are.
That's why it hurts on the neck. It's because of the nerve endings.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. Denise Castillo says that looks good, Mikey. I'm covering some stuff up.
Yeah, I tattooed for 5 years.
Oh, orale, who said that?
Film.
Foom. Okay, you shot in for on the calles or where?
Yeah. I hurt my back though because I was gonna go into a shop, my boy's shop, my boy Pete. I was supposed to go to his shop, but I ended up hurting my back, and I haven't tattooed in a couple of years.
Did you used to do it like where you used to cut the fucking guitar strings and have to sharpen them?
No,
You got to use real needles, bro. They got to be hypoallergenic. They got to be clean.
Everyone laughs and says, "No, that's how old I am."
Well, yeah, of course. We all got those tattoos.
Everyone says,
I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying,
I remember they used to have to cut them, and then feed them through like the fucking pencil hole.
And then you get the pen.
This is on the calles.
Yeah.
That's right.
Then you get a little
Back in the
pencil.
day, yeah, they wasn't selling no guns, homie,
Yeah, now you can get a fucking battery operated tattoo gun, all that shit, bro. On Amazon, you can have a kit tonight if you wanted.
As soon as she turned on her, as soon as she turned on her gun, it fucking sounded supercharged. Like, oh
hey,
shit,
Denise,
this is like
I did
a
about
Dodge
I did about
Challenger.
25 tats. I'm not a tattoo artist, but I did all my own tats when I was like up until like 22, and then I did a couple cousins and friends, but
Okay,
ain't no
now
money
we
in
got
it.
the echo again. Let me see. Testing 1 2.
It's
Again, that Sea Dog. I just muted Sea Dog right away just to see
It's
if
that Mexican Wi-Fi, bro.
But you know what? I was over. I'm gonna unmute it though.
I'm on the
I was
phone,
over
dog.
there.
I'm on the phone, homie.
It's all good. I was over there in Sea Dog's neck of the woods the other day. It was date night. We went to Rosarito. That shit was a. But anyways, yeah, she was like, usually they take numbing cream, and I'm like, when you do the, what are you supposed to think of a motherfucker that whole body is like a scratch pad, like drawn? You know what I mean? Are you supposed to think like, oh, this motherfucker can't take it? You know, I mean, serio. If you see someone all fucking his body is all, what I do is I end up putting a tank top on, and I will end up because I want to do some workout videos and all that. The last thing I want to do is just kind of do a chest like plate because I got like some letters, big letters. I just want to kind of cover right here on the chest, and then I kind of feel a little bit comfortable. That's the reason I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Just to feel a little bit comfortable because you know how it is when you're out with the familia and shit like that. You know how it is.
Yep.
You don't want to provoke a motherfucker. Let's just keep it like that. I don't give a fuck a motherfucker say pussy or this and this and that. I'm past all that shit where it's funk season and it was invited because the 90s, that's what it was. The 90s was no social media, no motherfucking acting hard on the keyboard or anything like that. If you thought you were someone, you stepped out to the street, and trust me, there was plenty of motherfuckers that were gonna pull your card. That's just the 90s. So once you go for something like that, once you go past that, the internet and everything that people say on the internet is nothing. You know what I mean?
Right, Mikey just wants to start getting that body so he can start rocking the pink short shorts.
I'm just saying. I just want to, I'm drinking these fucking 100-calorie pistos. Keeping the 6-pack, and I can't even show the 6-pack off because it's again this might provoke someone or disrespect.
That Jerry again. Yep. Good old Jerry.
As soon as he said that, he muted his mic and shit. Man, shout out to, oh, that is Jerry. Yeah, it is because he unmuted it now. Anyway, shout out to the Raiders. Who are the Raiders got this week? I don't know.
Yeah, I was about to say that, bro. I was about to come back in, but first, before I go, I was about to say Raiders.
We have the Bills.
They got the shit. They got with the Bills are coming off a loss. Okay, so that's a little bit better. When you're coming off a loss, they're bleeding a little bit. We got the Rams, San Francisco, and they're coming off a win, and that's my brother-in-law's team. So 1 o'clock.
Cowgirls whooped them. Shit.
Chicago Bears, man. Justin, bro, they're saying that you ain't got no O-line way.
Nah, we don't. I'm not gonna lie. Shit.
They're saying you
wait, hold on. Wait, the Cowboys whooped too.
The Cowboys whooped the Bills, didn't they?
No, the Giants, bro.
The Giants.
I mean, the Giants. Yeah, my bad.
The first score.
Hey, somebody said the Giants are gonna remember September 10th also now.
The first score of the season for the Cowboys was a crazy punt, like a punt block return for a touchdown, and then Prescott was completing, and Parsons was rushing. So they had some good highlights. Again, I post those all on my IG. Fuck with me on IG, Chicano 2.
Since Jerry's at practice.
Real quick, you guys, if you didn't know, I'm contacting the promoter for the 600 and the cartoon fight. And they also got Crip Mac on the card with Bosco, gente.
Crip Mac can't fight. I didn't trip over his own foot.
No, you know that. You know that, Jerry.
Yeah, the thing is that the Raza doesn't want to see those guys fight. They want to see a Raza.
But here's the thing. I'm going to be, if I ring announce, I'll bring some Raza with me. That's all. I'm going to put a GoPro on. I'm going to get the one with the neck strap. I have the GoPro. I just don't have the neck strap piece. I'm going to put the neck strap piece on and then fuck around and just, it's going to help the channel and all that other shit. But your boys contacting promoters, I know they don't. But you know what? Since you said that, is that 49er way that said that?
Yes, sir.
All right, check this out. Pretty soon, stay tuned. I'm hinting toward an announcement next month.
Okay.
I'm cooking something up. I got something fucking cooking that around Halloween I'm going to put out to the people, and 49er Way kind of uncovered it right now, which is Raza getting in the ring. I'll leave it up to you guys to think who I'm talking to, who is going to get in there. I think when it gets announced, it's gonna go. And again, on this one, I'm gonna put something in the contract that says, you know what, fuck all this canceling thing. There's only a rescheduling. If we got to reschedule a week or two because some kind of crazy emergency, it's gonna be that. And we're not gonna put out the date on the poster until after the fight happens.
Mikey, I got a good one. You get some Mexican midgets from Tijuana, and Julio Solorio can fight them, bro.
You said Mexican midgets.
Mexican midgets from Tijuana, bro, and Julio Solorio can fight him, bro. You got to give him a ladder, though.
Ask Angels in the casa. He's putting up.
Hey, Julio has hands, though.
Huh?
Julio has hands.
Julio has hands.
I'm putting it out there. Jerry? I'm putting it out there so the gente know that there's going to be an announcement coming real soon. And it's going to be, I'll just put this out there, too, as well. It's going to be a fucking Mexican war. I already know it because you guys are gonna be like, oh shit, Mikey put those two together. Yes, I did.
Denise is hostile. Jesus Christ.
I know you ain't talking about one of my wrenches. I know she got the wrench.
Denise
your wrench too.
Damn.
Oh, you know what? Let's get back to it. Let me see what's next.
We're gonna do Julio versus a yardstick.
What the fuck is this guy talking about?
The height match.
Okay, real quick. I want to bring something else up. Okay.
Talking about.
What
Mikey, you don't see the comments, bro. Julio be on my dick, bro. I'm gonna put it on his forehead next time.
That better not be one of my members. No, that better not be one of my members.
He follows me, bro.
Token and Chokin says, I have a question for Mikey. And he got the old school pipa, the one that used to have to buy with the bolt. Remember the ones with the screw and the bolt?
Yeah, it's
And-
a
and-
grinder. It's a grinder.
What? Well, that's not the.
That's a grinder, bro.
Oh yeah, that is a grinder. Oh shit,
You
the
know what
cap's
I
on the
mean
side.
with
The cap's laying on the side of it.
Yeah.
Hey, but I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, Mikey. I know what you're talking
you know
about.
what I'm talking about. Yeah, the one that has the bowl, and then you got, but you also got to put a screen at the bottom.
Yep, so it don't go through.
It don't go all the way damn through. I know he's gonna ask a question. I think it has to do with the. I have an idea. He says Cultura Cafe says main event Sunny versus Pepper Spray. Damn, that's a crazy one. Come on now, que gacho, man.
Yeah, that's cold blooded right there. The pink one.
That's cold blooded, man. The pink. No, he said it had diamonds.
Ah,
Yeah, he said it had
who put,
Hey,
who put some rhinestones on that shit, bro?
Mikey, they're calling you Jerry Springer, bro.
Jerry, I think
maybe he
that's
put
Jerry's
his
mic
wife
on when he
first.
talks. Jerry, you
Hey,
might have to
leave,
go in and out
leave
with
Jerry
the
Springer out of
link,
this. Rest in peace, Jerry Springer.
Yeah, rest in
Hey,
peace, Jerry
I've
Springer.
been to his show a bunch of times in Chicago, bro. He was the shit.
Yeah, Jerry, the mic's fucking up. You might have to go in and out. I just dropped the link again, anyways. If you want to, it's up to you. I'm all good
Yeah, I'll come back. I'll come back.
for sure.
Jerry's on an Android, the second
Here it is.
generation.
Oh, okay, here it is. Hey, Mikey, if your channel's supposed to be about positivity, why are you always instigating problems on YouTube? Did I ever say positivity? I mean, you're gonna get Mikey. This is what I do, right? And so, again, I know what he's talking about. He's referring about to maybe AC. Check this out. Everything that AC does, I did before I got on YouTube.
Oh,
Let me say that again.
Shots
The only reason I say that is because I think I have a leg to stand on. Is when I'm talking about these videos. There's other motherfuckers that I understand are clout chasers. I understand, even though it's a new school word, but I understand what that word means. Clout chasing, want attention, this and this and that. I'm not in here for likes. I'm not in here for comments. I appreciate all my fucking subscribers and even you guys, my guests, my members only, my day oneers that jump on the panels with me, all you guys, because I believe you guys know where my heart's at and I speak the real. But if you think I'm trying to target someone, it's only me trying to point out the obvious.
I agree with you.
The obvious is that someone is straddling in the fence. Someone has a complex. Someone still at 40 something years old has something to prove when real motherfuckers recognize real. Game recognize game. The neighborhoods and the streets, they know who belongs to them. There's nothing to prove. You're either growing up or you're growing older, but you're not
Mikey.
doing both. Go ahead.
The thing
Mikey,
is- the thing is-
I agree with you, bro. Well, my bad, bro. Let me just tell him real quick. I agree
Go
with
ahead.
you. You're right. I know for a fact, like what you said, you do behind the scenes, everything. Like I said, my opinion of AC, to me, it seems like in the video he says, "Oh, you can't come to the handball tournaments. You can't," right? He says all that, right? Well, of course you're gonna be there. You're the one paying for everything. You're paying for the food. You're paying for the permits. You're paying for the events. So of course people gonna eat for free around you and drink for free when you're the guy that pays for friends. That's what it looks like to me. His world is like AC. He's the guy that throws the barbecue, invites everybody that really don't fuck with him, just so he can take some pictures and put up some videos for content. That's my opinion. That's my opinion.
We do got to make content. I just specifically want to point out certain content. I could be talking about Whack 100 every fucking day, or I could be talking about rappers that I would be out of pocket trying to talk about because I only download their songs when I DJ, middle school dances or high school dances. And so, I haven't bought music since the fucking early 2000s.
Yeah.
So the music that I play is just the music that I have, and I don't try to collect new music. I guess what I'm saying, unless like I said, so anyways, not cloud chasing, not doing anything new. But if I point something out, I believe the people know there's something there.
Right.
There's
You're allowed to.
something there. Can't go to handball courts. What else did he say?
Events
but-
and hang with
hey,
your friends, people
but
your
see-
age. And how does he know what you do behind the scenes? How does he know what anybody does? You know what I mean? Like we all got friends from the old neighborhood or who we grew up with, and fuck, everybody got jobs, everybody got kids, everybody got I got grandkids. You know what I'm saying? So Who's he? Because he puts his life on YouTube every day for money, donations, and merch, and nobody buys his stupid stickers or his T-shirts. Nobody's walking around with that bullshit. All of that shit he was doing 3 for $10 last time in one of his lives at a barbecue or some shit. He's like, oh, I got a box of T-shirts left. You know what I mean? Like it seems like he buys
El
attention.
El Chapo says, or you can be talking about Big Mike's neck.
Órale,
Mikey.
pues. Hey, but the thing is,
Or Chapo could get on the panel.
Oh, shout out to Big. A lot of people didn't. Did you ever see the live? I'm gonna be on Dankin and Drankin soon.
And
let me let
just
you
to
know that.
piggyback off that, I just feel like AD conducts himself in that manner is because he has some skeletons in his closet that he doesn't want to get exposed.
Damn, are we talking about AD that was on No Jumper?
No, AC.
AC.
Okay. I thought he said AD. I was like, whoa, are we switching shit? Or okay. You know what? I don't know.
Who's that speaking? Who's in the corner?
I told that's 49er ways.
All of that 49er ways.
49er on the upper right. 49er ways.
What's good?
The only thing I did tell Sonny, I said, hey, he did put a newspaper article that said North Hollywood PD shot at. And after that, he said, I'm waiting for you to close down your channel.
Right.
Is that something substantial? What can we glean off of that? Is that
Hey, they said American Cholo was in YA till he was 47 years old.
But see, that's the thing though. This is the thing though. You know, these individuals sit there, they use their YA stories as some sort of clout. They use their gift for gab, you know what I mean? How they talk. You know what I mean? But when you sit there and you be like, oh, you can't come to the handball games. It's a handball game. I can go play handball somewhere else, a tournament. It doesn't matter. Like if that's all you got going as a handball tournament, then that's all you got going. You know what I mean?
But he's paying, like I said, he puts together the events, right? He probably gives out free food and shit like that. Like, okay, cool. You're paying for entertainment. You're paying for people to come hang with you and take pictures and videos. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, like a politician.
Yeah, of course. And then he gets all his other friends because you have a YouTube channel and you have an office that you pay for. So of course you got people that want to blow up on the side, right? The new No Jumper people that want to go on your channel and the 4 guys that he has on his channel.
Fred C. Nellis just confirmed what Chicago Dumb said because that's Fred C. Nellis. He is the institution. He said AC was there until he was 47.
Oh, that's why I read it from. That's what I was talking about.
So look, I'm gonna say this, and nobody get offended and shit, but social media, YouTube, all these outlets have turned people into the most egotistic, narcissistic people out there. People
I'm offended.
People are so driven for attention from random strangers that they say and they do what they do to get attention. Because that's the only attention they can get is from random people. So then it drives these egos. It drives these narcissistic ways. And they start doing shit. They start saying shit. And then they're not being real with themselves or true to themselves. You know what I mean?
You know what? I'm gonna tap on that with you. Like I said, bro, a lot of people, you know, when you're not cool in real life and like have actual friends and do I'm not saying cool as in like you're the man, but as in you're able to have fun and party and not always looking for trouble. You're not always looking to fight people and all that, but you could tell that's his mindset, right? So like I said, I was a DJ in the city for like 13, 14 years. After a while, yeah, it was fun. Everybody knew who you were. You walk into, bro, I used to walk into most clubs, don't even got to wait in line, walk in, free drinks and all the I'm in the DJ booth with other DJs but then after a while, you start noticing like there's some people that's what they live for. They don't even get paid, bro. There's a lot of DJs in some of these big cities. They don't even get paid to DJ. They get paid in drink tickets, right? Hey, I'm going to give you 10 drink tickets. And then that way you're buying this girl. Hey, you want a drink? You want this? And after a while, it's like you're spending money to go out and you're not getting paid. I'm not saying like I said, if I didn't get paid, I'm not going. But I know a lot of people right now my age that have been doing this shit 20, 25 years, and they're still not getting paid. They're just there because they have nothing else to do on a Friday or a Saturday, and it's kind of lame, you know? Like You got to
Fred
grow up.
Cinellas,
But
Fred
that's the
Cinellas
thing
said
though too.
laughing.
But that's the thing though too. All this shit that goes on like this, there's youth that tap in, right? And they see this type of behavior, these type of activities, and they see what they do. And in all actuality, you're not really giving the youth anything beneficial when it's all fucking bullshit. It's all drama. It's all
Yep.
this. It's a fucking novella. It's just the same as all these fucking females at OnlyFans. Like you're you're a whore. You're just getting paid for it. You know what I mean? What's your kids gonna think 20 years from now when they find your fucking pictures? You know what I mean? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
shit. Back then, if you found the horse Polaroids and still got it now, then that's a lot. Now you just got to type her name in and pull it
Yeah.
up. You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is, in society, we have become so dependent on attention and
Yes.
social media and YouTube to get through for people just to get through their days. If they don't get the attention they need on these social media accounts, their day's fucking ruined. They don't feel good about
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah. They need
You know what I mean?
validation. They need validation.
You
Yeah,
know,
they need to
I
get
guess
approved.
so. It must
if you want,
relieve.
if you want
maybe
validation, you know what I mean, go put in some work, go to the pen, get validated. You'll get some validation. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
is like, how is it that we've turned the society into a bunch of fucking weenies, a bunch of pussies, a bunch of knacks, a bunch of lames, a bunch of ego-driven motherfuckers, because of the shit that we put out on fucking social media, because of the fucking shit that we promote. I'm not saying, don't take offense to saying point at nobody. I'm just saying in general as a whole. You know what I mean? There's people out there that do put out positive content. There's people out there that do try to help the people out. They're there for the people, to unite the people. But then there's others that just spread poison. You know what
And
I
that's
mean?
the ones that get the
True.
views.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm
You
gonna
know,
tell you
my
like this, bro. I'm never gonna say I do shit for the raza, for my bro. I take care of my family, my kids, my immediate. That's it, bro. I ain't trying to save everybody. You can't save everybody, you know?
nah, you can't save anybody. But think about it like this. Like I stated, you know what I mean? I've been through the system, you know what I mean? Gave over 10 years of my life to the system, right? Got out, didn't know what to do, got the job I got fighting fire, right? Saved my life. That's why I try to reach out and get people to get into some sort of career, some education, or go to school or something, because that can potentially save their life and save their life from hardship, save them from going down a road to where they don't see their family, they lose their kids. You know what I mean? They lose relationships with their family, with their wives. They lose out on
Yep.
time, die.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Why do you want to promote, stories and say you're for there to help people? How are you helping people? You're poisoning the mind of these individuals that are
Yeah.
young and coming up, because they're watching this and you're glorifying it. You're not helping them. You're just trying to feed your ego because you want the views and you want the likes. You don't really care about people. Mikey's got a good platform, open panel. Mikey talks about some real stuff, politics and stuff like that. You know what I mean? His beef with who he's got beef with is on a personal level, just as my beef with a certain individuals on a personal level. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I'm not out here telling war stories. I mean, you go to my YouTube fucking channel, you see shit about my job, you see about what I do. You know what I mean? Because
Exactly.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
stuck in
yeah.
the past, bro. If you gotta talk
That's
about what
what
you
got
did at
me.
15,
That's what got me upset about. Remember, Güero from Güero's Chronicles? That I fucking got so aguitado, bro. He was talking. His videos was talking about helping gente apply for the union, helping them apply for jobs, how to become independent, what tools to buy, what do they need for this trade, that trade, and then all of a sudden, the whole channel gets derailed when he goes on Hood Stocks, and I was like, chinga su madre. This dude would have been what YouTube needed, even though, like Chicago Dumb said, it's not the videos that get the views, but it's not about the views. It's about you doing what's you. You do you. Don't
look,
get steered off by anyone else. Go ahead, Smokey.
yeah, but you're right. You're right.
they got
Oh,
him.
you're cutting out a little bit.
They got him. They got him.
The feds kicked into the
people,
door.
They
Damn.
got him, bro. They cut him off.
Damn, they hogtied him.
They
put
got
him
him.
on
Population
they put
control.
twist
Got
ties.
him.
Twist that. You know what? Real quick, what G Sierra said, population control. I know you don't believe in that, Chicago Dumb.
No, I believe in it. It applies in certain aspects, but not everything.
Yeah.
Stop already. Stop.
Come
already.
on.
I stop already.
This is America, remember?
and it's all a bed of roses and everything is fluffy and everything is
Because
great.
see,
Or
I was gonna piggyback off that what
Hey,
Smokey was
think
saying in the very beginning about population control and how they feed you these so you can take over people's minds and everything else. And like I said, a lot of that applies to the Trumpers. I mean, that is what it is. That's just my opinion.
okay, but look at
the
okay.
Trumpers,
If you
there
want
he
to talk
is, the
about
Trumpers.
The
population control,
Trumpers.
if you really want to talk about population control, why don't we start with trying to guide these youth to not be gangbanging, because we're killing our own people over some fucking street, over some color.
Oh,
People
come
are
on.
dying every day,
Yep,
losing
yeah.
their lives. People are getting locked up, going to prison, losing their lives, losing their freedom. You want to talk about population control? Start guiding these younger generation into a better way of life, into better to being more productive and being positive. Show them that there's something else out there besides that. Stop glorifying shit. Stop sitting there trying to act like fucking super cholos online, and show these people, even not even just the youth, people that have been through the system already. Show them there's another opportunity. Go to college. You can,
Yeah.
go to trade school, learn how to weld, learn how to be a
Yep.
carpenter, get your
Yep.
CDL. You know what I mean? You could start
You
an
know what he
LLC.
can
You know
do?
what I mean?
If AC was a real one, right? He owns a construction company. He owns a concrete company, right? He has a 4-man crew. Why not get some young buck that's in some troubles, right? Get him off the streets, trade him, train him, pay him to train him. You don't got to pay him what you pay your guys to lay concrete and everything else. Get somebody off the streets that might need some help, and you know what? Document it. Say, hey, we got a guy here. He's asking for help, or I'm going to offer my help. I'm going to put him on my payroll. I'm not going to pay him what I pay these guys that are certified or unionized, whatever. But I'm going to pay him a decent wage, and we're going to train him so that way in a year or two, he can be on their level, and show people that you're doing that type of shit, because he's in a position to do that, right? He's in a position he has like a 4 or 5 man construction company, and that in itself should be enough to give somebody a heads up or a leg up in the world. You know what I mean? But he
You know what?
won't do that.
I want to ask G Sierra. She's talking about this topic could go on and on forever, but what's the solution? Specify that, because I'd like to give a clear answer to what I think it is. Are we talking about population control? Are we talking about lockdowns? Are we talking about conspiracies, 9/11, or what exactly is it? G Sierra, comment it real quick. Amiga, do me a favor, comment it real quick before you go, and let me know, because I'd like to give a clear answer, because here we don't duck no questions. We don't duck no questions. I'll give you straight from the corazon, not scared to offend anyone, because I believe you guys know I speak from my heart, and it is what it is. Go ahead, Smokey.
And just to tag on
What's
to what
up, Victor and
Chicago said,
Irony?
my email is on my YouTube, right? Anybody has any questions, you want to get into the line of work I do, you want some help trying to find a trade school, trying to find something you want to do, and you don't know how to go about doing it, hit me up on my email. I'll help you. I'll help you figure it out. Help you figure out what you want to do. If you have an issue with sobriety, you're trying to get sober, or you just need someone to talk to,
exactly,
just hit me up. Hit me up. I mean,
bro, the first channel, go back to my catalog if anyone wants to take the time to do this. You don't have to, but if this interests you, the very first video I did on my channel is how to become a licensed real estate agent in California. That was to kick the whole thing off, because I thought that would be so beneficial. Yeah, it didn't get no hardly views, right? It may have like 400 or 500 views, something like that. But I thought, you know what? This is how I'm kicking off this fucking channel, because if you look at me, I didn't even think, cabron, that I was gonna pass a background check. You know how many 186.22s I got? You know,
how many people, Mikey, not to cut you off, how many people, okay, no, you know what, I don't want to word it like that. So what do you think, in your opinion, right? It's the same subject but in a different direction. What do you think are going to be the best trades in the next 10 to 20 years in California? I don't want to talk about everywhere else. I just want to talk about California for right now, because that's something that all you guys know about. So
this is all I know. I wish I can get Platinum Cookies. One is fucking Avatar. I wish I had that fucking plant in front of me. I would cut that motherfucker and roll how many Anyway, I'm digressing. But anyways, my nephew, he went to San Diego State, and then he was kind of kept switching careers and starting from the bottom. I said, look, if you just want to make your money, I know you should be passionate about what you do, and that way it doesn't feel like work. But at the end of the day, money solves a lot of problems, gente. It doesn't solve all the problems. It won't solve anything emotional, or I mean, it could. It won't solve relationships and shit like that, but it solves a lot. If I told my nephew, why don't you just look up top 5 paying jobs in California, top 5 paying jobs in New Mexico, top 5, I can go on and on, Arizona, Idaho, Utah, no matter where you're at, Oregon, Washington, and go for that, because that's the money. Because at the end of the day, you just want to have that taken care of. You know what I mean? That way you could just be you and you do what you do. I don't know the answer to that, Chicago, but you'd have to research it. But that's what I told my nephew. Research that.
I would
make
say
the money. Go ahead.
I would say, obviously, going towards the future, right? Solar, obviously, solar is going to be a big industry, right? Because as much as people think that, we got whatever, what the fuck are they called? Atomic energy, right? Like those fucking power plants and coal and all that other shit, right? Solar energy is the only renewable resource we have, period. So to be a technician that installs solar panels or inverters or solar chargers, battery chargers.
I've got a partner that sells, and a partner, I mean just a friend, old school friend. He fucking sells solar and makes a killing.
Yeah, I mean, as a salesman, yeah, you can make money, but as an installer is what I'm saying. You still need installers. So you need, to be a solar panel installer, you pretty much have to know roofing. You know what I mean? So you can learn roofing at the same time you can learn panel installation. You know what I mean? Most of that it's called low voltage technician. That's what I do. I'm a 12-volt technician, and I also do other trades, like building maintenance, where you do plumbing, electrical, and that type of shit. That's the money I make doing my side jobs and the work that I do. But 12-volt technician applies to solar, even though the voltage is a lot higher, 72 volts, 48 volts, and it can go higher. But those are the trades that I think people in California should look into, because the sun's not going to go away. And when it does, we're not going to be here to know it's not here. You know what I mean? So those are things that people should look into if they got young teenagers. Like I said, I got two college graduates in my kids, and I got another one in college. So I'm telling them, if you don't feel like college is enough, go into the trades, and we'll pick a route for you that you can make money as you're training.
760. They said American can only print money for so long. That's true, gente. Go ahead.
So for those of you like interested in, like, depending on what you feel for work or career, remember, a job's a job.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Did he cut out?
At the end of the day, oh no, his mic's still on, but maybe it was the internet connection. A job's a job. Fred C. Nellis said he was laughing his ass off. Fred C. Nellis, because I said there's it's kind of like me saying, I go to the Fred C. Nellis. It's kind of like me saying I go to the juvenile halls, and all of a sudden Monterey, there's a user, Monterey County Juvenile Hall is in the comment section and says, no, you don't, motherfucker.
What?
Oh, so Fred C. Nellis is in the house. He was saying AC is in there till he was 47 years old. Again,
did you notice?
It was embarrassing. I seen a video and he said, oh, yeah, I did 6 years in YA. When you were a kid. I said, I'm not trying to rehash that shit again. Nolan or whatever his name was talking about, I got a personal chip. I don't got a personal chip. If I were to act that same fucking way in Monterey County, these guys, they would blacklist the shit out of me. They would blast me all over the videos, newspaper articles. I got plenty examples I can name, but I'm not going to name the names because some of those are my homies. But I got plenty of examples that I could name. It must be different. It must be different. But one thing I want the people to know is that individual, for no reason, it represents all the people. He represents whoever he represents, but he don't represent all the people.
And that's where people need to understand, and being that YouTube and social media has such a big influence on people's lives, and people are on the phones every day and stuff like that. You know, when you have a platform or you have an outlet to where, you know, you're a voice that's heard because you got followers and viewers, you need to really think about what you're saying and what you're doing, because you can't spend a positive narrative and then turn around and do some negative shit and then still be in a position of leadership. You know what I mean? There's a saying that goes, you know, poor leaders abuse their power. Great leaders empower the people. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
come on now. Come on. That's a real that's what's gonna come from the heart. See, a leader, you know, most of the time he won't call himself a leader. He's going to naturally just step into that position and the people are gonna gravitate toward him.
Mikey, I know great leaders, some of the greatest leaders of all time.
You know,
And he starts with Donald J. Trump.
We got almost 100 people in the casa, man. I need everyone. Do me a favor, man. Subscribe over to Smokey the Local Bear. Subscribe over to Jerry Fuentes. Subscribe over to Chicago Dumb. You guys, before we go at 11 o'clock, drop that link to your channels in the comment section. A lot of people are watching right now. Subscribe to Foom 209. That's one of my day ones right there. That's one of my members and members only. Bro, I put some pictures in the members only. Motherfuckers would love to grab them and make thumbnails out of them. Back in the 90s, pictures like that. Maybe some motherfuckers will, but I already trademarked them and watermarked them.
Damn, there you go.
I appreciate that, Mikey.
Yeah,
I appreciate you, man. Drop your links, man. We got almost 100 people in the casa, man. Appreciate Platinum Cookies, good ass live tonight, Mikey. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, before I go, I want to put something out there. And this is, you know, you guys all have congressmen and representatives in your area. There's some stuff still going through legislation right now. The end of the month is the end of the federal fiscal year, and if they don't get there's a bill going through Congress to pay federal firefighters more per an hour benefits and stuff like that. They're getting a lot of pushback from the federal government to pay us more per an hour to do what we do, because we get paid fucking shit. But if you guys want to reach out to your local congressman and your officials and tell them, hey, there's a bill going through to increase the pay for federal firefighters, increase, giving them portal to portal, speak out for the people out there that are out there risking their lives every day, saving communities and houses and stuff like that. Because in all honesty, yeah, we make good money, but for what we do, for what we get paid an hour, it's not worth it. And
is that a Senate bill?
Smokey,
yeah.
you're a forest
What's
ranger.
Yeah, it's the Tim Hart Act. It's the matter of fact, you can look it up on
when is the whole state voting for this? Is this primaries?
They got the federal government's got
year?
some union representatives in Washington right now trying to push it. They've gotten some new sponsors to co-sponsor the bill. The original bill was the Tim Hart Act. He was a smoke jumper that passed away in New Mexico. They pushed that bill out for better pay, and so as firefighters were labeled as forestry technicians instead of firefighters, so the pay is not up to par. State and local government firefighters get paid more per an hour, and they get paid more overall than we do federally. And there's a big push, because if the fiscal cliff happens and they don't boost the pay and the salary of your federal firefighters, you're going to lose a lot of them to these local agencies, and you're not going to have a lot of
Smokey.
Yeah.
Let me ask you. So you work for what? Like, is it the same thing as like the Forest Service, like the Ranger, the Forest Ranger, and all that? Do you know that guy that's on YouTube, the Wrangler?
Yeah.
You know who he is? That guy. He has a YouTube channel.
Yeah,
I think he's a retired forest firefighter, right?
Yeah. Actually, hey, Mikey, if you want to go find some information on this, the Hotshot Wake Up, it's a podcast. Go through his podcast, and then he goes write some stuff up on the Substack. It has a lot more information on the bill. He speaks about it and stuff like that. But I don't think the majority of the population really know what's going on. So as a federal firefighter, if you come in at a GS4 position, which is like your entry level, you're maybe $15 an hour, and then you get your hazard pay, which is like $8 more, but you still got to count on 1,000 hours of overtime in a season just to make good money to survive through the winter. The benefits are not that great, you know what I mean? You know, there's a lot of people that in great leadership positions that left the Forest Service to go with Cal Fire and stuff like that for better benefits and better pay. You know, so
Smokey.
yeah,
No. When you're done, I want to ask you a question before you take off.
yeah,
You know, you ready?
yeah.
So when California had all those wildfires and you know Arizona and basically on the West Coast, do you think the forest needed to be raked up enough, or do you think
Okay,
it was?
so all right, so let me break this down for you guys. So every year, every forest, every region, the Forest Service broke up in different regions. Every region and every forest on that region has a budget to do field reduction work, you know, thinning and stuff like that, right? But what happens is you have these environmental groups who come in and file these lawsuits and these injunctions in court because of a breeding ground or animal or whatever, and or you know just tree huggers in general,
Yeah,
and then it stops.
you're talking about controlled burning.
I don't know. I think he got cut off right there. Maybe his mic got cut
Yeah.
off.
No,
Oh
I'm
yeah, there
asking
he was.
because
Slipped out.
yeah, no, I'm asking that question because
No, you like to oppose everyone, way.
nah,
You
bro,
don't
I
fucking get along
appreciate
with
what he's
nobody.
doing. He's saving people's lives, obviously, with his forest fires,
I've
right?
been saying that from day one. I said
Right?
Smokey the local bear. Yeah, and
He needs to be applauded. That's a dangerous job. I'm not knocking his job.
all of a sudden.
I'm asking a
No,
question because he's an insider. And remember when
Trip out.
Trump said the forest needs to be raked up, that no one's raking the leaves? That's what I was asking him, like a serious question.
Yeah. I don't even know that you were mentioning Uncle Trump. I don't even know if he's going to be able to run. He got 4 indictments. What they were
Yeah,
saying is
he's
that the
done.
4 indictment, they were just trying to keep his fucking schedule so occupied, I think, so he wouldn't be able to campaign. But real quick, that's just one theory. But the Lahaina fires in Hawaii, Smokey the local bear was so fucking knowledgeable. He was talking about why the fires didn't come to the rain that tropical area because of the moisture that was there.
Wetlands.
But a lot of Hawaiians, and you don't see this out on social media, a lot of Hawaiians are talking about why the fuck did law enforcement barricade us in, block roads, did not permit in and out entrance, and you have testimonies of motherfuckers that had to swim. They had to swim to avoid these. They couldn't get to where they needed to because of these roadblocks. I seen one video. This guy, he swam. He went right in the middle of the fucking smoke and fire, and he saved his grandmother, literally, and swam away from it. And the only reason he had to swim was because of the roadblocks. And you got people like BJ Penn and other Hawaiians are saying we need justice. Put these motherfuckers accountable. But if the system's rigged, it's rigged. Now, what are they talking about since those fires happened? They're talking about new construct. They ain't talking about give the land back to the people. They're talking about smart cities. Let's build some. They're thinking of tourism before they're thinking of the landowners.
No, you know what they said? They said that they wanted to turn Lahaina into a migrant city. So they're going to take all the migrants from Texas and Chicago and California, and they're going to ship them off to Hawaii so they can have beach huts and stuff to take over the.
Already, ya estás con tu desmadre, güey. You're drinking Hennessy. You're taking shots over there. That's loco la chingada. You're on a sick one over there with the window open. A la chingada. We're gonna wrap it up right now in 7 minutes.
He's on the sick one.
He's on a sick one. That's what this guy's doing. He's on a sick one, man. I appreciate you. Sacred Herd, I appreciate you, amiga. G Sierra. I don't know if you asked the question that you were at that you wanted an answer for. Was it about political parties or something like that? Because at the end of the day, amiga, we live in a country that has a 2-party system. And that's just, it is what it is. No other party has that major pull, major authority. But I'll tell you this, amiga. I'll tell you this. Chicanos, Mexicanos in California, that we make up almost 40% of the demographic. If the Chicanos and Mexicanos can unite, if they see that we have the power to put someone in office or take them out of office, we will move mountains. But until we get to that point, it won't happen. Again, I'm just talking about one demographic.
Do you
I don't know
think?
if
No,
you
no.
are Chicana, amiga. I don't know if you're Chicana. I don't know if you're Mexicana or anything like that. But I'm talking about the demographic that I'm in. If we could get united and they know this vote now, they got united again. I don't know when's the last time Chicanos or Mexicanos were united, but they got united again. And if we can get their vote, if they know we can put them in office or take them out of office, we can make shit happen.
So what? So you're saying like a Mexican third party, like a separate?
Well, it's called Estados Unidos in Spanish. That's what they call it. I call it Chicanos Unidos.
Yeah.
I don't know. Nor am I saying I'm trying to run for office because, again, like I started this video off. If you guys are barely tuning in right now, I did a reaction like the first half an hour, maybe 45 minutes of the video because I was kind of going slow on American Cholo and his recent video. But what I had said is everything that he's doing, and I agree with over 90, I think 90 or over 90% of his views. I just don't think he's the representative that needs to be representing the people.
No.
I said, yeah, that's what I said. I said, but I said that's pushing unity is really it's essential. It's essential. So that's gonna be always gonna be one of the central pillars here on Chicano. Dios, familia, cultura.
Let me ask you. This is a serious question.
Unity.
I'm not. This isn't a joke. I'm not trying to troll you or nothing. So if this Chicano movement, right, with the voting and getting Mexicanos together to vote. So what if blacks did the same thing and whites did the same thing? Where do you think the country would go? Because remember, there's 3 times more whites in this country than there are minority as far as black and Hispanic. What would happen if all the whites just got together and created their own white movement voting system?
Chinga, you're gonna open up a whole can. We don't got time for all that.
Bro, no, it's just, that could happen. That's a real question. That could happen.
Chicago's gone wild.
Chicago gone wild. But what I'm saying is this: lockdowns are happening. There's hundreds of stores closing down in California, and with under the table. Hush. There's hundreds of stores closing down. There are insurance companies leaving the state. There are businesses leaving the state of California because
Florida too.
It looks like maybe Florida.
They can't get home insurance in Florida.
It looks like there's another lockdown coming, unless the people say, you know what, enough is enough. Because during the last lockdown, a lot of fucking people suicided, lost their lives, got into depression, relationships. There was a lot of divorces and separations. There was so much that came off of not taking people away their sustenance of living.
Would you ever leave, Mikey? Serious? Would you ever leave California for like Texas or something?
Unless I was like, I asked that question actually to Karina Powers the other day, and she told me she wouldn't leave because, of course, she's a representative of the state. I say this: I could make California a vacation place and stretch my dollars out somewhere else. I can. I know we have to pay for all the postcard shit here. The reason we pay almost 30% in taxes is because we got Hollywood.
Did you see that documentary? Yeah, did you see that documentary of these people that left California and only California? I'm not talking about no other states because I know everybody likes to say, 300,000 people left Chicago or Illinois to go live to Florida or Texas. But did you see that documentary where they're talking about people that moved from California to Texas within 10 years want to turn around and move back because in Texas, your gas bill is higher, your electric bill is higher, you pay more for your property taxes, you pay more for other subsidies out there because they don't have the infrastructure. They don't have a state income tax that they do like in other states.
I appreciate you, Sacred Heart. She says, yep, mass mandates and lockdown the forest. What they're trying to do, amiga, is again, it was the same thing in 2020. It's normal. They're literally, gente, they're putting commercials out on television and on social media because a lot of people that got poked like 6 times, and now they want you to get poked another 3, plus maybe another 3 boosters. Maybe they want 12 shots, a total of 12 shots in your body, right?
Oh, hell no.
Maybe they want that. But what I'm saying is this: is they're playing the same card again. Can't you see? They're not even hiding it. So what they do is they put out commercials and they say the new normal, they put out commercials showing athletes in their prime and healthy having strokes and heart attacks and saying that was normal. I kid you not.
Like LeBron's son.
Yeah, exactly. Like if someone falls out, boom, in a commercial, and they run and they do CPR and all that, they'll normalize it and make it, you know what, the new normal.
Did you
Like,
see
it's
that
so-
other one? The
That's
other one.
fucking insane.
They're telling people now. They're telling these people that have new babies, like in the last 6 months, not to get your babies the polio vaccines or the measles vaccines or those other types of fucking vaccines that people got for 40, 30, 50, 60 years. They're telling them now, don't even get them, bro. I wouldn't even get them. If anybody's having a
lot of
baby
people-
now, don't vaccinate your kids at all.
Irony Fistica says a lot of people
You
that
don't want
moved to Texas
Polio don't exist no more. Measles
from
don't exist no more.
California regret it. I'm not sure. I mean, the why? Because of the weather?
Oh, LeBron's son had a heart condition. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's congenital.
Yes.
He was born with it.
Stop already. You already know he got fucking poked like 6 times. His dad.
That sucks. That
LeBron-
sucks if it's in the genetics. Ain't gonna lie.
It's congenital. And no, they said that the doctor that gave him the COVID shot, LeBron's son, right? They said that he was transgender.
What?
What?
What kind of fucking curveball? Chicago Dumb's on
Bro,
a sick
he
one
was-
over here.
The
He's on a
doctor that
fucking
gave
Hey,
him
hey, Chicago, can we see what you're drinking, bro? What are you drinking, dog? Let's see it. Let's
I'm not
check it out.
drinking shit. I'm actually sober. He was.
Damn.
It was a doctor that had a weenie, but no longer has a weenie. So that's what gave him the heart attack.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to put
Too
him in
much.
the
Hey,
back
too much.
studio
Too much
now.
Kool-Aid. There. Too much Kool-Aid.
I got to push Chicago Dumb out of the live. We're coming up on it. It's 11 o'clock now. I appreciate you, Sacred Hurt. Yep, that's right. And Smokey the Local Bear, like you had commented before, is very knowledgeable. I was messaging Smokey the Local Bear because he had to study all the elements in order to get the position that he has: wind, fire, all those elements to learn how. When I was talking about the Lahaina fires in Hawaii, which the saga's not over. They still haven't 100% said they're going to help the people. Instead, you got celebrities coming and doing videos about fundraisers and this and that and taking over the property. That's what they're talking about. So the people are still fighting, but I'll tell you what about the Hawaiian people. They're a resilient fucking raza. The Hawaiian people are warriors by nature. They're not, no se van a dejar. Son like Mexicanos. We're going to go out on our fucking shield. No matter what, it's puro pa adelante, and that's it. And that's what I believe the Hawaiian people are going to do and get their land back. O sea, built to how they had it before. And all this bullshit about investors and celebrities wanting to buy all the property, I believe they won't let that happen. You want to talk about uprising? If they do it, you won't hear about it on the news. I'll tell you that. Because the news is not going to publish anything that doesn't help their agenda. People uprising. So if people push back against mask mandates and that they want you to get poked 3 times and another 3 times and all that, you won't hear about it on the news. It's just going to have to be you that makes a decision to say, fuck this. I'm not complying, and it is what it is. Damn, was that too heavy for everyone? Everyone got quiet all of a sudden.
Nah,
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It hit me in the spot. I ain't gonna lie.
I feel it.
I'm just saying either that or we just keep going and keep following. And like Smokey the Local Bear says, how do you control people? Fear. Disconnect from the news. Fuck the news.
It's
Fuck
called
what they're
terrorism.
talking about. Exactly. And just look at you're for no more and your surroundings. And that's what you got to do. And know your rights. Know your rights. That way they can't fuck with you. Sacred Heart says, a toda madre. Show. She wants to lead the rebellion right there. When she sees someone with gloves and 2 masks and a face shield and all that shit, she's like, not for me. Or maybe, I don't know. To each his own. You know what I mean? All right, you guys, we're wrapping up the live. It's Wednesday night. I appreciate you. Chicago Dumbs in the Casa, Fum 209, Jerry Fuentes. Subscribe to all those channels. Subscribe to Chicago Dumb. Subscribe to Fum 209. Subscribe, por favor, gente. Do we got almost 100 people in here. Subscribe to Jerry Fuentes. We also had Smokey the Local Bear. Just these titles, just search them on your YouTube search browser. Okay, Jerry Fuentes was also in the Casa. 49er Ways, that's one of my day oneers right there, was in the Casa. Of course, Sea Dog and the Cooper Show was in the house. Damn, I feel like I'm missing someone. We had more on the panel. Happy 1977 girl. I appreciate you, amiga.
What about Sea Dog? Sea Dog?
Sea Dog was in the Casa. AC Lopez. Happy 1977. Amiga girls in the Casa. Sacred Heart. Oh, you know what? So subscribe over to Sacred Heart as well. Click that avatar. We're trying to grow. We're trying to grow. Anyone that rides with me, I ride with you. Let's grow together. Drop your guys' links. Drop your IG links, whether you're listening live or you're listening on the replay. I'll see you guys this Friday night. But remember what I always say. In the end, all you got is the memories. I appreciate you, Chicago Dumb, Fum, and Jerry. I'm out, gente.
All right.
Shout
I
out,
appreciate
Mike.
you guys. Gracias, you guys.
Appreciate you.
Buenas noches.
Later.